Oh, wrong lyrics.
Welcome, 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 everyone, and thanks for taking some time out of your evening to come and learn about Partner Co. and why we love it so much. My name's Cindy Greenwood, and I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and I am a accountant, a health coach, and an accountability coach. And my co-host tonight is not Russell, even though you can see him on the screen. It is my husband, Steve. So I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Steve. I am obviously Cindy's husband. I am a health coach, personal trainer, nutritionist, and a fitness coach. Welcome to our little event tonight.
Yes. So we are, as soon as I get my computer in the right spot, we are part with Partner Co. And we really want to be your wellness, your business, and your lifestyle partner. And all of those three together is really what we look for. We want to live healthy, we want to make money, and we want to see the world. Doesn't everybody want to travel and see the world? I know Steve's got a background that looks like he's seeing the world, but he's not.
How dare you?
Um, our product approach is these items here. So we have a science and nature collaboration. So what that means is that a lot of our products are from nature. So whether it's food, it's herbs, it's, minerals, that sort of thing. We take those and we also take the science behind it and we research what works together the best. And that's what we put together. So it's everything is science backed. Our farm to pharmaceutical, which pharmaceutical is spelled incorrectly on purpose. It is about the raw ingredients. So the soil and the farming practices and that sort of thing that where we get our raw ingredients are very important to us. So we source those around the world. We also have precision nutrition. And again, that kind of goes back to the science where when you take one of our products, it's not just one thing, it's several things put together to enhance each other and to make it more efficacious so that it actually works better and it works faster. And then we have, of course, solutions to last and guaranteed, tested, and proven. And Steve's going to talk a little bit about solutions.
Solutions. It's everything that we want. We want daily health, detox, energy focus, and gut health. So when you take our products and it addresses all of the pillars and it addresses everything. The
Yeah,
proteins, the skin, the hair. It's
it really hits on these 15 kind of areas that most people are looking for help in. And and it just we have different products that we're going to go through as we go, and we could spend like an hour probably on each product, but we're not going to do that. We're going to try to keep it a little bit shorter than that so that we don't have you here all night. So we're going to take you through kind of an overview of a lot of the products. But one thing that we like, Steve, is that they're guaranteed.
they're guaranteed and tested and proven. It's third party tested. So you have what's that word I'm looking for? You have the guarantee, the satisfaction, the peace of mind. That's what I'm looking for. The peace of mind, knowing that when you take the products, they are guaranteed. They have been tested and third party tested all the way through from basically right from source to the doorstep of your place and in between. It's what can I say about it? It's the best product out there.
And you've done a lot of research about um, how the industry is not regulated and what is on the shelves right now, right?
Oh, yeah, it's sorry. I'll try to keep this start. Don't get me started on it. But
Yeah.
so really quickly, the FDA down south in the United States, they're not regulated. They're not required to test any health food products or anything like that. Up here in Canada, on what is it, the Canadian Health and Food Services Act, whatever, they are required to test. But the problem up here is they're only required to test 20% of what's on the label. So it's guaranteed whatever you buy out there is 20% of what's on the label is actually in it. The rest of it's fillers. And we guarantee what's on the label is actually what's in the product or in the capsule. And the capsule itself is a vegetable capsule itself. So it's actually food that you're taking in. It's no chemicals, there's nothing in between. It's food processing down into food to the optimal amounts for the human body. So there is
Yeah.
absolutely no waste or
Yeah,
no.
and that's really important that we know what we're putting in our body, right? And this one is these are our third-party validations and certifications, and so we have a six-step process that goes right from, like Steve said, right from our raw ingredients all the way to your doorstep. And we send after production, we'll actually send our products to these different companies to make sure that we've got their stamp of approval as well, that what we're saying is in the product is there. In my previous life as an accountant, I would audit public companies, and with public companies you have shares and people buy shares so that they can make money with the company. So I would audit their statements to make sure that what they were saying in their statement was true, so that when you spent your money on the shares, you were getting your money's worth. And this is the same thing with your health. You want to, regardless of what product you're looking for, look for some of these certifications, because that's saying that that company cares enough to send it to a third party to make sure that you're getting your money's worth. And we have over 1,000 annual quality tests, physician endorsements. We have lots of those, and we have so many published clinical studies that if you're into that sort of thing, we can send them to you. And we also have a scientific advisory board, and it's made up of many different doctors, nutritionists, food scientists, researchers, all of that. And Dr. Strand is one of our favorites, and I know Steve had a really great conversation with him. And so when you look at these people, they're up in the pinnacle of their careers and amazing, but they also come to our events and we get to talk to them. So you got
They're
to talk to Dr. Strand, right?
Oh yeah. They're absolutely real people. They're very approachable. Obviously, they know what they're doing because of the degrees and doctrines and stuff. Dr. A. Strand is a very interesting gentleman. His story is phenomenal, how he went from prescribing prescriptions to now he deals with the vitamin side of it and the nutritional side of it before he even breaks out the notebook to write a prescription. And he and I had a really good conversation because back when I was 13 months old, I had open heart surgery. So I was really interested about what his take was on the heart with Venali and some of our other products and stuff. So he and I Oh, when I first met him, I think we talked probably a good hour and a half, just he and I, and then Nurse Colleen was there too. And between us three, we got a bunch of information. He's just very approachable. And then you got Barbara Cox Lovesley there, or Lovesley, sorry. She is spitball a little fire. Last event we were at, she was there and we were all out by the pool. And I literally just walked by her, grabbed her, and said, "Look, come on, we're going down the water slide." And she's like, "Okay, let's go." Well, not quite like that, but ultimately, in the end, these people are here to help us and to ensure that we get the best products of them all. And if you ever see them, talk to them, ask them questions because they are very approachable.
Yeah. They are truly amazing. And Dr. Pena, he's the one that created our probiotic, which you'll see in a later slide, but he spent several years creating that probiotic so that instead of opening up in your stomach where the stomach acids will kill a lot of the good bacteria, it actually goes through your stomach and opens in the small intestines so that it can get to where it needs to be and you get a more of the benefits of those good bacteria. So, he came to us because of the philosophy that we have around products. Brett West is another great one. You'll see a slide on Noni a little bit later, and he's probably one of the top researchers in the world on Noni, and he's published many, many articles on it. We also have a wellness council and an athletes council, and that's made up of brand partners like us who use and promote the products. And they make sure that what the company is doing is what we want, what is needed out there, and that, everybody is working together really well.
The Athletes Council is actually made up of athletes, Christine and Etienne from Canada, Kristen
Kristen.
Doyle from down south. She's professional. She's got her own gym and she's a personal trainer and stuff like that. She's been in the industry for 20 plus years.
Mhm. And
So
we attract quite a few athletes like that because of some of those certifications we have. Olympic athletes and pro athletes can take our products without having to worry about having some weird ingredient from a tropical island or something flag a drug positive test, right? So they know that they can take our products and not have to worry about that. And we are in all the health and wellness mega trends that are out there right now. You can see these different areas and how many billions with a B dollars that are spent in all of these areas. So that's really when we're saying that we've got products that last. This is definitely part of that. So we're gonna talk about some of our products right now, and we'll try to keep it fairly short for each of them, because like I say, we can probably talk for an hour on each of them. But noni, and this is the one I was saying that our researcher Brett West does a lot of work on, and you can read all of the different benefits that it has, but it really promotes that overall health and wellness. And it is called Tahitian noni, and called that because it's actually grown in the Tahiti Islands. And the island that it's grown on has that amazing volcanic soil that's got all the nutrients. The noni tree itself actually produces fruit all year. There's no season for it. It produces all year. So we've been guaranteed that we will not run out of noni, which could be a very bad thing for a lot of us who really love our noni.
yes.
And we have actually scientifically proven that the noni that we get from the islands that we work with the farmers is actually the best in the world, and we've tested it against all the other nonis. And sometimes out there's something called phony noni, which somebody says there's noni in it, but we've tested it and there isn't. So just be careful out there. We do have a label that says actually I can't remember if it's authentic Tahitian noni or it's got a stamp on it that says it's Tahitian noni. So this is definitely one of our favorites, and it comes in a bottle or in that handy little pouch that you can take with you. One of your favorites, Steve, is this one.
Oh, MOA. I love MOA. So as it says on the slide, it helps to calm and it helps with your metabolism, cardiovascular. But what really it does for me is I do Spartan races and stuff like that. So I get beat up pretty good climbing the mountains, climbing ropes, jumping walls, mud, all the fun obstacle course stuff. So I get beat up pretty good. This actually really helps me with recovery with the joints and with soreness within the joints. So I take two of these for a Spartan race. I will take one before the race and then one directly after the race. You can generally take one a day or two a day. You can take as much as you want. You won't OD over it because it is actual food. And it's got 36 superfoods in there, along with six medicinal mushrooms. So it helps with so many different areas of the human body. And this is, like I said, it's one of my favorites.
And MOA actually kind of stands for mother of all, and it's like the mother of all superfoods. One of the cool things, excuse me, about this is that when you think about putting all those superfruits and superfoods in that little pouch, you say, how do they stay fresh? Well, the industry would say you have to put a chemical preservative in it. But we didn't like that. So we actually have a lab, and we have our own lab where we, work on our different products and that sort of thing. And we actually created our own preservative that's natural, and we've patented it and we use it in our product here. So that's just another example of kind of going above and beyond to make sure that that's all good what's in the packages here. Limu is one of my favorite drinks because it makes me think about sitting under an umbrella on a beach somewhere. It's a fruity tasting, kind of a mango taste to it. And again, it promotes overall health and wellness. So this one and the previous two are kind of our liquid nutrition options. So you have some options, and it could be for taste or for how it's working for you. But this one is actually, it says we seaweed differently, and it's created from a seaweed called phocoidin. And that seaweed has over 80 plus nutrients that are coming from the sea, which, especially if you're from Alberta or any of the inland provinces or inland US, you're not getting a lot of that nutrients from the sea. So, so this is a really cool one that does a lot of good for everyone, and it tastes amazing. We have our flagship product here, and this is our slenderized drops. So if someone invited you or is sharing this replay with you, you may have seen a post about these drops with a lot of before and afters, and that's because we are seeing so many benefits and people just, getting great wins from this product. So it has been clinically proven to support losing weight 2 times faster than just diet and exercise alone. Now, it is a program. You do have to make some changes. You want to start eating low glycemic, which helps with the blood sugars and that sort of thing. And you want to move your body, right? So, and that's just maybe going for a walk 3 times a week, something like that. Nothing crazy. You don't have to do Spartan races with Steve or join a CrossFit gym or anything like that.
You're more than
But
welcome to.
yeah, Steve would love it if you did. But it helps to control appetite, it works on metabolism, energy, mood. So when these were created, they really looked at all the different aspects of losing weight, not just appetite control, which is what most of the products out there address. So this has been amazing, and we have some really great companion products that have come along with this one. One of them is Sugar Stop, and this one, as much as we try to be perfect, nobody is perfect, and we do strive for progress over perfection. So we know that sometimes there's going to be a birthday party or there's going to be an anniversary dinner or something. You're going to have something that might not be on your food plan. So this taken before you go out, so like about an hour before you go out, will help to block up 40% of the sugars from any starch-based foods. So that's like your pastas, your potatoes, breads, that sort of thing, and helps block, 20% of sugars from like table sugar things like dessert, essentially, cakes and cookies and that sort of thing. So when you take it, there's a lot of fiber in it, so it's going to go through your body and it's going to grab onto some of those sugars and those starches that are there, and it's going to pull it out of your body before it gets into your blood system. So if you take it before as well, it'll also help you feel a little bit more full, so you might not eat as much. This is brand new. This is like this month released, brand new. It is called Ab Vantage, and it is correct. It's ab, not ad. And it's so that it works on the visceral fat on your stomach, waist area, and your hips. And we say ab, so because it reveals your abs, right? It takes away that fat. So it has been clinically proven to help burn calories 10 times faster. So when you partner that with the drops, you get some really amazing results. And because it's so new, we're just starting to see some of those results roll in now. And it's been pretty amazing. So this is a great addition to the drops and or Sugar Stop. And of course, we have a lot of other products. Like I said, we have lots. So we're just going to go through a few more, and these can also be added to the slenderized system or taken on their own. But Steve is a big protein guy, so I'm going to let him talk about our protein.
So the 3-in-1 protein, plant protein. So this protein it's plant-based, pea-based, and it's a full meal replacement. So you can take it plain, just put it in your glass, scoop it in a glass with water and just take it. But one thing what I like to do is in the mornings, because I don't really have time in the mornings, because I walk the dog and get up early and go to work, is I'll actually put it in my smoothie first thing in the morning. So I'm actually getting all my protein and everything else what comes with the protein. And it helps with your hair, with your skin. And like protein it builds the muscles, it builds the skin. That's what our body needs and craves all the time. And then the other one I like is the Power Boost and the Giving Greens. These are the two. I don't eat vegetables much as of lately. So I've been definitely getting my greens in. 2 scoops of Giving Greens gives you 2.5 pounds of vegetables. Sorry, I was going to say macro, but micronutrients, what actually absorbs quicker into the body and into the bloodstream versus digestion, taking on the long path, the long route through the body. And then your beauty boost, that will support, that's like that really supports your hair and skin and nails. When I start taking that and add that, and it tastes great. Chocolate and boost, or the power boost and the booty boost together, it's almost it's almost like those little
Berries, chocolate, oranges.
thank you, that's the
Yeah.
one. It's almost like that, but just better and healthier.
Yeah.
10 times, a billion times healthier. But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't want to get in great details because I'll go all geeky on you guys and just by like ingredient by ingredient by ingredient. But a quick rundown, if you combine all these together, use the full meal replacement, add the booty boost, add the power boost, and you're giving greens. That is a full meal right there. And you can do that once a day or twice a day. You can do it all as many times as you really want, but I would personally recommend twice a day if you are working out and you have a busy schedule, or if you're like a schedule like mine, you can do it once in the morning, and then obviously you have some real food throughout the day. But I highly recommend taking these together and taking it for a full meal replacement.
Yeah, these are great, and you can mix and match as well, right? It's I'll sometimes just do the chocolate, or I'll sometimes just do the orange. But one of the great things with the protein powder is that it is a natural flavor, so it just takes on the flavor that it's mixed with. So we actually have a group that has a ton of recipes and that sort of thing that include these products. So you can make all kinds of things. Sometimes I'll make us pure nourished waffles in the morning. So
Yummy.
it's very versatile. Oh, hang on. There we go.
Ouch.
Another one, a good one to add at some point if you're in the Slenderize program is the Restorix, which is our detox. And that's just as you release fat, that's where your toxins are stored and that sort of thing. And even outside of that, we're always kind of bombarded with different toxins. So this is like a little scrubbers that go into your bloodstream and just kind of scrub everything out. It also attracts any heavy metals and pulls those out of your body too. So it really kind of amps up some of the results, especially as you start losing the weight. This is our probiotics on the bottom here, which is we talked about a little bit earlier with Dr. Pena and how he created them. And then we have Elite, which is a big favorite of many people. And it is, I call it many things, to be honest. Steve and I call it our marriage counselor sometimes. We make sure that we take it because it gives us more patience and we're more calm, right?
Yeah.
Um, I call it my key to peopling or adulting, right? Like you can just handle life a lot better. It really works on those cortisol levels and gets in and helps with the brain. Like my brain fog kind of goes away. When you pair this with the drops, again, if you have super high cortisol levels, this is like a double whammy to bring that down and really make an impact on your life. And we have, of course, our different vitamins here. One of my favorites is the Magna-Cal D. Of course, through the winter and stuff, we don't get a lot of sunlight here in Alberta. So vitamin D is super important. And then as a woman, of course, magnesium and calcium are huge. But when you put those three together and you also have some vitamin K2, they actually boost each other. And this is where you get an extra bang for your buck. So this is definitely one of my favorites. And I know, Steve, you really like the optimals.
Yeah, see, optimals, it's when it comes down to the optimals, like it's a multivitamin. And you can just take those two right there, the optimals, and you can walk away and know that you're getting the optimal amount of vitamins, nutrients, minerals that you're getting or that you need. But the beauty about the optimals and then taking the Magna-Cal D and everything else is all our products are formulated to synergize with each other. So when you're taking the optimals and then you add in the Magna-Cal D, you're actually enhancing the Magna-Cal D with the K2, the magnesium, the calcium, because you're getting that with the optimals. You get the optimal V and the optimal M. You're getting the amounts, but what happens is it actually synergizes together, so it enhances the other product. And then when you add in the other products, it's like a furnace inside you that goes on fire. And then you just start feeling better. And it's one thing I noticed the very first, probably within the first 3 weeks of me taking the optimals, is just my skin. I actually started to I'm brighter. I started to look a little bit brighter. I don't know. The glow came back. I wasn't so dull in the face or on the arms. It's just my skin started to, as I say, plump up. The skin elasticity started to come back, and yeah, the color of me started to radiate again. So,
Yeah.
and then the bio or not, sorry, the Omega Q. That is something we definitely need. It is a omega 3s, omega 4s, 6, I think. Is it omega 6s? I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's exactly what we need. It's a healthy fat that is derived from a deep sea shellfish. And a lot of the stuff, if you don't, you got to be very careful when you buy this stuff outside of our company. And this is just a piece of advice. I'm totally going off off script here. If you want to say, if you buy from the shelf, omega 3s or any type of omega fats that you get, 95% to almost 100% are rancid already. So my advice is if you do buy them, crack one open. If it smells like fish, it's rancid.
Yeah.
And our stuff is not rancid. It's guaranteed. We go back to our certifications and everything like that. It is guaranteed. And you add that because we definitely need it here in Canada, especially because we don't live by the sea. We don't get all the minerals and stuff and all that oils from fresh fish and everything.
Find a lot of us don't like to eat fish anyway because we just don't get the fresh stuff and it just doesn't taste as good. But yeah, that's great information, and it is definitely it's in the production process that a lot of times the omega goes rancid, and we have a specialized process that makes sure that that doesn't happen. Renew. This is
This
another one of your favorites, isn't it? Try to
I
stay on
love.
script this time though, okay?
All right, all right, all right. So when Renew came out, I was kind of hesitant at first because it has a lot of bold claims. It helps with sleep, rejuvenation of the skin, so your skin elasticity, your hair, your libido, and recovery of muscles, and your energy level and cellular regeneration, what helps with skin elasticity. I was kind of skeptical of it, but I started taking it, and I will tell you what. Within the first 3 days, my sleep improved, and I was driving truck at the time. So biggest reason why I was skeptical of it is because I was driving truck. I didn't want to oversleep because then I would be behind my schedule, and then truck drivers have to stay awake and da 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 da. So I started taking it. I had no problems. I slept my 8 hours. I got up. I had energy. Started doing that about 3, 4 weeks after I started taking it. One of the guys, actually, it was a couple of guys at work. I was on the dock. They noticed that my beard went from snow white back to a salt and pepper. What I never really noticed it because I don't really see my face unless I look in the mirror. So when they said that, they asked me if I was dyeing my beard. I'm like, no, I haven't. And then I told Cindy, and Cindy kind of looked, and she's like, yeah, you're right. Your beard is going salt and pepper. So it does help. Uh, it does definitely helps with sleep and with the libido and your energy level for recoveries. I highly recommend taking it 20 minutes to a half hour before you go to bed. Some people can't do it if you have too much energy because it has all the natural products that your natural stuff that you have or what you need, then definitely take it earlier in the day. Now, the Renew, it helps stimulate your natural HGH. And what HGH is, human growth hormone, what our body starts to reduce we produce it throughout our whole entire lives. When we are a maximum production of human growth hormone is roughly in our 20s, 25. And then when we start hitting 30, that's when we start depleting. And then it's like every 5 years, we've depleted every like 15%. So by the time you hit your 50s, you are down to, I think, 50% production, somewhere in there. But this will actually naturally stimulate your body to start producing the HGH, your human growth hormone. And then you'll start seeing these results. You'll start seeing your skin. It won't be so translucent. It'll actually start to plump up, as I always say, is your skin elasticity. Your hair will start to thicken up. That's one thing Cindy noticed is her hair just super thick. And yeah, I like it. I think it's cute. And then and then your nails. And I've never really had nails. Like I always had nails, but they never really grew. And yeah, I started taking it and my nails just started to grow and I was just and it bothers me because I don't like nails because I'm so used to not having them. So I'm clipping my nails all the time. But that helps. And then the recovery from workouts and just from uh daily exercise or daily movements and daily work. Uh, Russell could probably even contest to this because he works on a farm. So people who work on farms or have intense laboring jobs, this will help with recovery throughout the night because at our peak time when we start to produce the HGH is actually at about 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning or at nighttime when we're sleeping is when we get into our REM sleep, our deep sleep, and that's when our body starts to produce and repair. That's why we try to take it prior to going to bed. But if you
Mhm.
can't, take it a little bit later or a little bit earlier in the day so it goes through your system and then you can sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. I am one of those people that has to take it a bit earlier. So it's definitely you just gotta play with it a little bit. But most people find results within the first week. They find a better sleep and then they get some of the other benefits as well. Um, so we're running a little bit behind time, but
Right.
we're just gonna keep going. Vanali is another one of our products. It's kind of like a super vitamin C. And a lot of people with lung issues, asthma, or allergies, that sort of thing, will really find this helps. It helps take some of that inflammation around the lungs. It helps with that, helps with collagen production, and that sort of thing too. So you can see it says right on it, heart, eyes, skin, and lungs. So that's definitely one of our favorites there. And then this is where we always want to see what are the results, right? So this is people that have done our Sunderize program, some before and afters. And you can see some of them have newspapers up on the wall and they've been in a challenge. So they've done that either in 28 days or 2 months, whatever the challenge was that they were doing. So you can see the results do happen very quickly. And you can see that in most cases, you see the stomach is shrinking, right? This is our friend Brenda. She's from Lethbridge. And she had a goal to lose 30 pounds in 6 months. And she ended up losing 100 pounds in 6.5 months. So she took the package that she has, we now call the Brenda package, is just below here. And it's got the protein powders, the Elite, the greens, the Restorix, and the probiotics because she knew she needed quite a bit of help. Her doctor was just kept saying, no, everything's fine. You're in the normal range of everything. Just keep going. But she knew she was very sick and needed something. So she worked with one of our coaches and was able to get these great results. And now she's a spa owner and she now has a very large partner co-business as well. So that's great. And tonight we have a special guest. Her name is April McCormack, and she is from Gleason. I think I said that right. We were practicing that earlier today. Gleason, Alberta. And she she had her told us her testimonial when she was in Edmonton, I believe it was last October. And it was just so amazing that we wanted to have her here again. So I'll show you her before and afters. And this is some of our wins are not always scale. We like non-scale victories. There's a lot of those, but we also get the scale victories. And this is April's pictures. So you can see the inflammation in her feet before and after, and then as well as with her knees. So she's going to talk a little bit about that. So I am going to stop sharing here and bring her on. And open. All right.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, I'm gonna see if I can get both of us. Hey, I did it. All right, so April, that's like a very impactful picture with your feet there. So do you want to tell us kind of what was going on and how did you get that inflammation down?
Well, it was an issue that kind of crept up on me, and like, I guess like weight does as well, creeps up on you. Um, I'm not exactly sure when that before picture was taken. I think it was right around the time that Elite was introduced. So my doctor had me on fluid pills. And when the Elite was introduced, I started taking that. And I found that it worked even better than the fluid pills. So I took both for a while and then I weaned myself off the fluid pills. And and I kind of maintained that until we came into some of the other products. So the MOA and the Slenderized drops.
Right.
So so then when we got those available, then I started taking those. And the drops help overall, but I have to give kudos to the MOA for the inflammation. And my big win with the inflammation is um, that inflammation is not just in your feet. It's what everybody sees and says, "Oh my God, are you okay? Can you still walk?"
Mhm.
I'm like, "Yes, I can still walk." Right. I did waddle. My kids told me later. They were polite. They didn't tell me when I did waddle. They just told me when I stopped waddling.
Well,
And
that
I'm
was
going,
nice of them.
no, like, yeah, thanks, guys. Maybe I would have took it more serious sooner if I knew I waddled like a duck. But um, the thing with inflammation is it's not just in your feet, it's in your whole body. So the issue I was having is I was having difficulty breathing. So only when I exerted myself, so climbing stairs or trying to walk at a brisk pace, um, or the biggest thing for me was I couldn't laugh anymore. If I would laugh, I would lose my breath. And sometimes I'd have to go outside and like focus on my breathing and sucking in fresh air and just um, trying to concentrate on that. So it's not fun when you can't laugh. I like to laugh. So when you're walking around concentrating on not laughing so you can still breathe, it becomes an issue. So I had set a New Year's resolution, actually, which is probably not your typical New Year's resolution, but I wanted to be able to laugh by the end of the year. So that's when I tackled it with the MOA and whatever else I could throw up at it, but I'm pretty sure it was the MOA that was the superhero in the
Mhm.
formula. And I did reach my goal. I was able to laugh by the end of the year.
That's amazing. I can't imagine being scared to laugh because you wouldn't be able to breathe. Like, and you're right. People will see the pictures and see that inflammation, but they don't see what's inside, and that's for a lot of us, right? So,
Yeah, and the picture with the knees, that
Mhm.
so those were taken just this year. I did a 28-day challenge in January.
Oh,
So those pictures are like before and after. Uh,
nice.
so there's only 28 days between them. So during that challenge, I did release a little over 8.5 pounds and I lost almost 14 inches.
Wow.
And
Awesome.
yeah, and like over 9.5 inches of that was just off my legs.
Oh,
So, and
that's amazing.
I had one knee that was quite swollen, and I think it was kind of a secondary injury because I'd broken my foot in the summer.
Right.
So just, like a compensation injury. And so it was quite swollen in January. And that one knee, I lost over 2 inches just off that one knee,
Wow.
and probably over an inch just in the first 3 days, even on the challenge,
Yeah,
which
and
was pretty
those
impressive.
challenges that we have, that's with the drops. And you said you were taking Elite and MOA as well. But
Yes.
that's kind of not so much intense, but we work in a group, so we keep each other accountable, and at 28 days we share our results, right? So you had some amazing results. That's great.
Yeah, and so the biggest win with that, like non-scale victory, I guess you
Mhm.
call it, is um, every pound of weight that you lose is equivalent to 4 pounds of pressure off of your knees.
Yep.
Wow.
So, I the during that 28 days, I removed 34, almost 34 and a half pounds of pressure
Yeah.
off my
That's
knees.
awesome.
And I've just started a second challenge. I'm about 2 weeks in. I've lost another 3 pounds. So that's another 12 pounds of pressure off my
Awesome.
knees. So that's about 46 and a half pounds total pressure I've lost off my knees just since the beginning of
Wow.
January. So stairs are not my enemy anymore.
Yeah, I bet. I was gonna say
Uh,
the next time we see you, you're gonna be running down the aisles and
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
a hard time keeping up with you.
Yeah, well, maybe I can start dancing again.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll be your dancing partner.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, April. Is there anything else that you wanted to add with that?
No, I'm really, really excited for the advantage.
Yes. Yeah.
So I know I'm going to be doing another challenge starting on March 11th. Just going to keep doing them back to back till I
Mhm.
reach my goal weight. And I will be adding the advantage to the next challenge. If I
Awesome.
had it right now, I would already be using it, but I don't.
Yes, we're all waiting for that next shipment, right?
Yes, very impatiently. So,
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, April, and thanks for coming on and chatting with us. And I'm excited to see you the next time and see you dancing out there and when we have our little parties and stuff. So that'd be amazing.
yes, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. All right. I am just going to take the pins off here and share again. And we're just about at the end now. Oh, whoops. Yeah, right screen. Just let me know if you guys can see that. Good. We got thumbs up from Russell, so we're good. So yeah, these pictures are just so impactful, and whenever I talk to April, I can feel her excitement for life now. And whoops, here we go. There we go. So lifestyle. Lifestyle is one of those three things at the beginning we talked about. And so these are some pictures of when we get together and we have fun and we travel and we have dances and dress up and just enjoy each other. We all love going to the different events to have a lot of fun. And I know Steve, you and I have been to a few events. I think we were at this one here.
Yeah, actually yeah, we've been to that one. That was a fun one. That was in Orlando.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's the, these events, it brings so much energy and positivity. There's, I could tell a little story of Russell and I were sitting there and they made an announcement and I was kind of in a negative space at that point in time. Just it was a brief moment. And Russell's kind of just looked at me and he didn't say anything, but that look said it all. And I'm just like, yeah, you're right. I need to get my head out of my butt. I'm here to learn. And that was the key right there. That's the key word, is to learn. It is a party and it is fun. But the thing is, you're there to learn too. You get to meet all the leaders, you get to meet all the the other brand partners, and you can bounce ideas off of each other. You get into little groups and you start talking to each other. It is so much fun. And from that day forward, my mind has been switched into gears saying, we're moving forward. And I look forward to these events, the small events and the big events. Do not
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah, this one here is the PXP, which is our big one. And we have 4 of those each year in different parts of the world. So that's a big one that we always go to. And then we have some Connect events, which are a little bit smaller, and then Discover events, which we have quite a few of those in different areas. And we actually have some coming up at the end of March in Vancouver, Parksville on Vancouver Island, and Victoria and Calgary. So whoever invited you or is showing you the replay here, definitely check in with them if you're close to those areas to be able to come out and see what we're talking about, because it is pretty amazing. We also get travel rewards, so and going to places that you actually want to travel, and that's what we love to do. We love to see the world. These are our founders. So this is Darren and John, and they are, one thing I really like about them is when I often see other companies that promote health and wellness and that sort of thing, and then you look at like their owners or the people that, you know, are at the head of it, they don't look like they take their products, right? Like Darren and John are like right there with us, taking all the products and living that healthy lifestyle. And Steve actually got to spend a bit of time with John the first time we met him.
Yeah, the very first time we met him, I don't even, I said hi to him and then I just literally asked him, "Do you want to do some burpees?" I just wanted to see if he could do burpees. And we did 5 burpees together. But the thing that I really was impressed by John is how he listens to you. You ask him questions and he doesn't give you the answer. He actually helps you work through the question so you can come to the answer. And he will, if you're a worker, he will work with you. He's down to earth and he lives by the products. He's the chief brand partner officer. He's the one who did the Hishinoni. This year at the PXP, he was literally drank half a bottle on stage while Darren was talking or Brett was talking. Either it doesn't really matter, but yeah, he definitely lives by the products. He
Yeah.
takes the products and he's out there with us. He's foot on the ground, like boots on the ground. And the biggest thing is with these two, Darren and John, they brought these pillars of value, the value pillars or the pillars of life that we live by. True partnership, built to last, excellent in every act. Dream big, act now, courage to lead. That's the big one. Customers first, real products, real results, and it's true partnership. So we cross the lines with our company. I frequently talk with James Zane down south. He has nothing to do with me financially, but we cross lines and we talk about it, and we talk about how we can improve each other, and mainly me. And and then we're in with the crossing lines, like we got friends in Australia. And that brings up this slide is we're in 50 plus countries. So if you have friends in Australia, Belgium, Denmark, England, like reach out to them, bring them to the next call because we're a global footprint and we are expanding. And yeah, it's just you can't go wrong.
That's right. This is one of the slides I really like because it just kind of gives you a snapshot of us and our slenderized drops. We've got one way more than 1 million now sold. They're going like crazy right now. We're available in 50 plus markets, like Steve was saying. There's over 172 million bottles of noni sold, but remember I said we've got lots of noni. We're not going to run out. We've been voted the #1 compensation plan with 8 ways to get paid 3 times. And when Steve was talking about that true partnership, as far as I know, I haven't seen another company that does this. They pay out of every dollar 50 to 51% back to the brand partners. So that is true partnership when you're that 50-50, right? We have a whole healthy social life. So we have 40,000 plus followers in our socials, and we've won awards in leadership, wellness products, marketing materials, and technology. So we've got a lot going for us. We say we are the future of partnership marketing, and that just makes sure that we take the hard work out of entrepreneurship and make it easy. We have limitless earning potential. So we have these 8 ways that you can get paid. And we're not going to go through all of them right now. That would take too long, but definitely get back to who brought you to this or who shared this with you, and they can tell you a bit more about that. We also have these amazing, you can see all of the different visuals here. Those are made by our marketing department for us to use. So we have so much of that and so much of stuff that like this that's done for us. When you do join, you have everything that you need. You get a website, you get a back office, you have an app. There's swag and event materials, marketing tools that are award-winning, lots of virtual trainings. Like Steve said, you'd come to learn. And we have everything that you need. And if you're in Canada, that is a one-time membership fee of $37.95 plus tax. And in the US, it's $29.95 plus tax. And I mean, the tax is whichever province or state you're in. So it's a very minimal investment to get a business started in over 50 countries in the world. I don't think you can find many more like that. And partnering with us is easy. Enrolling is easy. It takes less than 5 minutes and we get you going and you have all the support that you need. So congratulations, we've made it to the end. We went a little bit over, but I hope you were okay with that. So we do truly want to be your wellness, business, and lifestyle partner. And we just want to thank you for taking some time to watch this, and definitely get back to the person, or more than likely the person who invited you or shared this with you is going to get back to you and see what you think and see if you're ready to get going. You definitely don't want to hold off. You want to get your health optimal as much as you can, quickly as you can. All right, I am going to shut off the recording.